This is Brother Benson Media, and today is and we are blessed to have this session again this evening. Before we proceed, allow me to give this chance to my brother to say hi to the viewers. Mr. Miguda.
Thank you, Marco Gura, for inviting me to this channel once again. And I would like to tell our viewers also, I'd like to welcome them to the show and also wish them all the best, as tomorrow we are going for our national holiday, Mashujaa Day to everyone, wherever they are.
We were supposed to have swearing in of the deputy president. What really happened? We've not seen any swearing in. What changed? Does it mean that the president respected, the court order which was given by the court that they should not proceed with the swearing in until the case is listened to at the court?
I think there was the fact that there was no swearing in doesn't mean that the president respect the rule of law, because the president was not controlling the swearing in or not. There are the people who are mandated to do that task, not the president. So the swearing in stop. Yesterday we argue here and we say that the court order supersede gazette notice. Court order supersede the approval by the senators. So I think the court order was obeyed by the people who are doing the process, but there is still a contest in the legal argument. Some people believe that it should proceed, some people believe that it should not proceed, and some people also say that it will proceed on Tuesday. So there is no swearing in today, and also we expect tomorrow people to assemble at Mashujaa Day in Kwale, whereby we expect. Actually, Mr. President has arrived. He arrived tonight at Kwale, and we have also seen some people who were there as yesterday, the internal PS for internal security, and also some comrades youths have also gone to Mombasa. So we expect tomorrow national celebrations, and there are also some rumors that Deputy President will also attend tomorrow. Rigathi Gachagua, he has been discharged from current hospital, so he's back on his feet, and we expect to see him tomorrow at Mashujaa celebration in Kwale.
Okay, so normally what we've been seeing whenever we are having these public holidays, like the Mashujaa, which is coming tomorrow, on Monday, the protocol says that the deputy president is supposed to be inviting the president. What about in this case? What should we expect now that we have an impeached deputy president, and at the same time we have one who has been nominated to take over? Who is really going to take that responsibility?
You have said very clearly that whenever we have a national celebrations, whenever we have any state event, it is under the state protocol, it is the deputy president to invite the president. So deputy president is supposed to invite the deputy president in accordance with the state protocol. In the case that now we have deputy president elect Kithure Kindiki, and we have the deputy president Rigathi Gachagua. So in the presence of Rigathi Gachagua and Kithure Kindiki, I believe that it's Rigathi Gachagua who is going to invite the president, because he is the deputy president with the court order. He has not been removed from the office, and Kithure Kindiki also has not been sworn in as the deputy president. He is the deputy president elect. The fact that he is the deputy president elect does not qualify him to assume. He can only assume the role of the deputy president, or he can assume the role of principal assistant to the president, unless he is sworn in and he has taken an oath of office, because that oath of office is in the constitution. So he can only assume those duties, like inviting the president, or like principal assistant, or he can get any executive order from the president if at all he has assumed that office through off. But I think as things stand right now, Kithure Kindiki has not taken any oath of office as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Therefore, Rigathi Gachagua, in the case of tomorrow, we are likely to expect him to invite the president as the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. And I believe that is why he has been discharged from current hospital. And the statement is very clear that he's back to his feet. He's well, and he can even proceed to hearing on Tuesday. So we are still in dilemma. We do not know what action can be done or what is likely to happen in the next 2 to 3 days. So in case tomorrow we receive, we will be watching live from Kwale. We are likely to see in the presence of dignitaries, or even it can even go further to the state luncheon. So that is as things stand right now. Kithure Kindiki is not going to invite the president because Kithure Kindiki is not deputy president. He has not taken any oath of office. He has not assumed the duties of the deputy president.
The probability that we are going to have a new deputy president, and most people are not really aware of who one Professor Kindiki is. You being someone who has gotten to learn about law, I think maybe at one point you had about Professor Kindiki. From our understanding, we know he's a professor. He lectures he's a lecturer at the School of Laws at the university, several universities. Lecturing in different units, department. What should you share with us? What should the people of Kenya know or understand about one Professor Kindiki?
Professor Kithure Kindiki, if you have gone through law school, you must meet his name. Kithure Kindiki, I think he did his undergraduate at Moi University. Then he was later admitted to the Kenya School of Law, where he did his advocate training program. And he has masters, and he has also a doctorate in law at Pretoria University, that in South Africa. So he's a professor of law, international human rights law. That is his field of interest. So he has also served as a dean in the University of Nairobi, in the School of Law Parklands. He was a dean before he went to Tharaka Nithi to seek for elective position in 2013. So he resigned as a dean. And he has taught international human rights, and also he has also done very well in the cases of international. He was even Mr. President Advocate William Ruto during the international criminal cases, crimes which were committed against humanity in 2007, 2008, where Ruto was as a suspect in the Ocampo 6. So Kithure Kindiki represents William Ruto at the ICC. And if you can read the submission of Professor Kithure Kindiki, he had a very rich background in international human rights, and he can defend you well. And also, if you look at he was arguing how the rights were violated, that old men were beaten. He was defending actually that old men were never beaten, women were never raped, young men were never killed, properties were never destroyed. And William Ruto was acquitted. He was set free out of those charges. So other than that one, yes, he has also served as, I think he was the first majority leader, that is in the 11th parliament. He was the majority leader in the 11th parliament, where Jakoyo and the late this guy from Kambani was the minority leader, and Jakoyo was the minority whip. So Kithure Kindiki was the majority leader in the 11th parliament. Then in the 12th parliament, he was elected as semi-senator, So at the Senate, he was also the deputy speaker of the Senate before a handshake government came and chased them away from their roles. Then he went back and he remained a senator until the time he was appointed as the cabinet secretary for internal security. So he has professionally has done well. Let us give credit where it's due. And also, other than doing well, there are some setbacks that we have borrowed from him. During the time he was the interior cabinet secretary, there are some crimes we committed to the young people, particularly during the demonstration of the ODM in 2023, and also the demonstration of Gen Z, respectively. Some people were killed, some people lost their lives, many people were arrested, many properties were destroyed, some people were abducted, many people were injured, and there are still some were nursing injuries in the hospitals. And it was during that time when Kithure was the cabinet secretary for internal security. So we hope that as a lawyer and as someone who would like our laws to develop in the country, he ought to have objected the killing of the people, the invalid arrest, the abductions, because he understands these things. Because as a professor of international human rights, you have that duty to protect the rights of the people, irrespective of position you are. So I think he has some setbacks, even though he's a good person in terms of profession, and he has met many people. But during his tenure, when he was the cabinet secretary for internal security, we experienced worst of the worst, because many people, to be frank, even during the time of Gen Z, he was asked those questions that, are you aware that people are being abducted? Then he was denying. Are you aware that people are being killed? He was denying. Are you aware that people are being arrested? He was denying. So he never, in my view, he never done very well as the CS for internal security. There are some accusation, and even you had people like Edwin Sifuna, who are from the ODM by that time, or even right now. They used to criticize him on the national television, mainstream media, that Kindiki has not performed his action as someone who is professional, who understand that violation of human rights are in contrary to the Constitution, and they contravene the Bill of Rights, and also they contravene the United Nations Human Rights Charter. So all said and done, I think now that is, to that extent, that's how I know him. To that extent, I don't know about his family.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Megoda. I'm trying to start my internet. I can see it's not very stable. I don't know whether I'm clear. Can you hear me clearly?
You are clear, but sometimes it drops your image.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm
sometimes
trying to.
it is dropping your image, but you are very clear. I can hear you from.
I'm trying to make it work. Meanwhile, you've spoken about some behaviors of the professor, and so many people have had issues or problems with how he has been handling. I mean, the whole docket of interior, and some people are not very. Some people are saying they're not very trustworthy when it comes to president. And so my question to you is, the way he has conducted himself in that position of cabinet secretary, do you think he has the qualities to take over as the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya? And with this position, which gives him he'll be more of power than while he was a cabinet secretary. How do you think he would handle, I mean, the whole running of the Republic of Kenya as the second most senior leader?
In terms of qualification, I think he is overqualified. He is qualified more to be the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya in terms of clearance, academic qualifications, in terms of experience, because he has served in the National Assembly, he has served in the Senate. He's also a member of the judiciary, because he's an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, and he has served in the executive and the cabinet secretary. So with that wealth experience, I can't disqualify him. And he's a Kenyan, and he has all right to serve to any capacity he wants in case he qualifies. So in terms of qualification, I think he qualified. Other than there are some mistakes that he has, that during his time, during the Cabinet Secretary for Internal Security, there are some execution he oversee, and uh, they were contravening the Bill of Rights, and they were contravening the international human rights. He ought to have not execute or to allow those things to happen. But in terms of qualification, he's qualified and can work well. Now, when he's going to serve the people of Kenya, he should now dedicate himself to serve the people of Kenya. He should not serve William Ruto, because people have said that William Ruto want a yes man. He should not be a yes man. Let him focus on serving the people of Kenya. Let him have the interests of the people of Kenya at heart. Let him not go and serve the interests of the boss, because if that is what he's going to do, then all these accolades are going to be rubbish. People will not view him as the way he has been, a man of principle. And if at all he can get to that position, the easiest way he has gotten it, let him utilize that time and opportunity that he can serve the people of Kenya. So going forward, when given opportunity and he becomes the deputy president, let him also try to avoid why his predecessor has been impeached. Things like uttering things like tribalism, things like divisions, corruptions. He should also avoid those things. Not only him, all public officers should avoid corruption, divisive politics, tribalism. They should focus on inclusivity. They should promote social justice. They should promote democracy, constitutionalism, the rule of law. They should respect rule of law. We should also allow that public participation each and every time we are making our laws. So, in case if he got the opportunities at Kenyan, wish him the very best, the way we wish the previous deputy president, like Rigathi Gachagua, the time they were in the presidency. But Kenyans have not forgotten. Let him be aware that even if he is in that office, no one has forgotten. People are aware that there was some atrocity committed during the ODM demonstration and during the ODM demonstration and during the Gen Z protest. So people will also held him accountable, and we advise him to carry himself well. And we have not forgotten. That's why we have said people will still view him as someone at one point when he was given opportunity to work for the people as a state officer. He foresaw the wrongs happen to the people of Kenya. And that is not correct. That is very wrong. You should not allow the people to be killed. You should not allow the people to be arrested unlawfully. The abductions which are not in the constitution of Kenya, they are things that died with the repeal constitution. Detention without trial, those things are not, they're not modern, they're not current. People have moved. So you also need to adjust. We understand that is a professor of law. It's good he's a professor, but sometimes let him adjust with let him update himself with the 2010 constitution, let him update himself with the international human rights provisions, let him update himself with the universal human rights declaration, so that he cannot allow violation of any right of an individual. The fact that you are a human being, that you are existing, because human being, we are all free and equal in dignity. Therefore, the fact that you are a human being, you have that free right to life. And that right to life, no one can take it, because the argument is no one can give you that life back. Once it is gone, it is gone. Therefore, you should respect that human right. You should not allow that someone to take someone's life. That right to life must be maintained. And we do not advocate for even killing people. And with the internal security, CS, people are just being killed. Some are being thrown at quarry. Some are still even being fined today at River Yala. Those things are gone. Then let us update ourselves with the current dispensation of the democracy across the globe. Therefore, he has done a mistake. We can't say that he was good at when he was the CS for internal, because even our courts, even our laws, even if you are convicted, you have committed a capital offense, maybe you have committed treason, maybe you have committed maybe murder, manslaughter. Even if you have committed capital offense, there's no room that a judge will convict you and give you a death penalty. A judge cannot send you a death penalty. Maybe you can be given life imprisonment, such things, or maybe they can give you more years than expected. So there's no, even if you are convicted, you have committed any capital offense, you cannot be sentenced to death. And also in 2016, there was a presidential commutation whereby Uhuru gave an order, presidential commutation whereby there were convicts who were set free. Those who were earlier, they were given death penalties, they were set free. So it means that our laws does not allow anyone to take someone's life. And even there was a decision made by Supreme Court in 2017, and it said that death sentence is abolished and it is unconstitutional. So even if our laws does not allow it, so why do you allow your boys to execute it? Why do you allow your boys to kill people? Why do you allow your boys to abduct people? Why do you allow your boys to block people from accessing public utilities? So it is wrong. So even if someone is going to succeed him, let him update himself that people you don't need to take someone's life. That life is very important. You need to protect it. You need it because you can't give that life back to anyone. No one can give it back. That's why we don't want it to be taken away in a way that it can be protected. For instance, we lost more than 60 Gen Zs. Why were they? What was it that they have to die? Because look at now, even if they could be living, Ruto is still the president. So killing them doesn't mean that Ruto is not the president. Even our policemen, they should not accept unlawful orders. Let our policemen also work within the framework of the laws that you only accept lawful orders from your boss. If your boss has given you unlawful orders, decline it because you have objection. So Makobura, going forward, if in case he succeeds and becomes deputy president, the next person is going to occupy that office also should realign himself and align himself with the provision of the law.
Okay, thank you so much. I can see a friend here, Kisumu Newsline, at the comment section is asking, what about Kindiki with the Gen Zs? Maybe you'll give that your opinion on that. I mean, the relationship of Kindiki with the Gen Zs. Remember, when the Gen Zs went for demonstration, most of them were actually killed. And, some orders were given to the police officers, not just for police officers, but even to the armies. And it was against what the constitution says, and that really brought so many problems. To give a go ahead that the F what the army is also supposed to be taken to the street to try ensure that the issue of demonstrations, you know, so many people having a negative, especially the young people, a negative attitude towards the deputy president. I mean, Professor Kindiki, while he was serving at the interior cabinet position. But how do you think? What is your thinking on how he's going to handle the youths? They are the majorities. What is your take on that?
When it comes to the issues of Gen Z, I do not think Gen Zs are going to forgive him. Because even Gen Zs have never forgiven William Ruto. That's why they were saying, Kufa dereva kufa makanga. There's no way you are killing conductor or tutor and you're leaving it out and you're leaving a driver. So Gen Zs have never forgiven anybody whom they perceive to be their enemies. If you are an enemy of the Gen Zs have never forgiven you and they will never forgive you until you go home or until you resign or until you get out of the system. Gen Zs have never forgiven anybody, in my view. Even Professor Kindiki, they have not forgiven him. That's why they are questioning him that you executed the killing, arrest, abduction, injuries of the Gen Z's due demonstration. So they have not forgotten. If you want to know that they have not forgotten, they say that those people who are with them, people like Peto Biambo, LSK president, people like Edwin Sifuna, who blocked a policeman from beating a Gen Z in the parliament premises. People like Babu Owino, who are willing to open for them gates during the when they reach parliament. So those people have been on their side, and they have been darlings of Gen Zs. But those people have been against them, are against them to date. I think they will not forgive him. He will just be maybe a deputy president, but let him look away. He can neutralize, or a way he can resonate with the Gens. Let him try to reform. Let him try first. Let him tell us why people were killed. Let those people who were killed get justice. At all, those people who died during the demonstration, let them get justice, and justice must be seen done. Not that justice, the theory justice. Let it be retributory justice. Let us see it done. Then those people who are arrested, some are still inside this. Those people who were never they were never bailed. Some people, so they let them be freed. Let those people who are injured get compensation, and let him just be liable. Let him be liable for the things that happen. People will take him serious, and people can forgive him. But if he's dodging and going to the presidency, that is the deputy president, I do not think Gen Zs will forgive him, because Gen Zs are very much bitter with the city. You are a Gen Z, you understand the forums, the arguing, even in the matatus, even in the markets, in churches, in Bungela Wanaishi, in WhatsApp groups. They are really bitter about those people who did the injustice during the demonstration. So going forward, let him look at where he can reconcile the Gen Zs, and look at the way he can bring justice, and also try to compensate those people who lost their properties, those people who lost their loved ones, those people who lost their part of the bodies, maybe leg, maybe harmed, those people who are in those sectors. Let him be liable, in short. Let the government be responsible. Let the government be liable for any wrongs they did to Gen Zs. With that, I think we can move as a country, because we cannot stuck that in each one. We need to move on. We need to accept some realities and move. So by moving on, let them also be liable, and let them take responsibility. With that, I think Kithure Kindiki will have a good day in the executive.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Megoda. Something else that I wanted you to actually give your opinion on before we finish the show is the character. I mean, I know you've talked about the character, yes, but what do you think is different from, I mean, the character of one Professor Kindiki with the, do I say former deputy president, but he's still the deputy president, because we've not seen any official inauguration of the new one. What do you think is different when you compare the characters of the two? And from where you see it, are you seeing a possibility of Kenyans going to have a better deputy president? Just that, and then maybe we'll close. Your opinion?
I don't see any much difference, because the buck stops with the president. The buck must stop with the president. If you have a bad president, even if you have CS who are competent, good CS, even a competent deputy president, but still the problem is the driver. So you can have a spare wheel, but a spare wheel can be fine. But what about the wheels? If the wheels are not fine, everything is not fine. So I think the president, he must just get it right. We don't need to try to mend some areas, but we know where the problem is. The backs of the president. If the president can redeem himself, because he has that chance to redeem himself, let him redeem himself, and let Kenyans believe in him. Let him show people that stage of a president, that where people believe in him, people believe that he does not lie. If a president, people say that you lie, people don't. If anything you promise, people say, "Oh, so is a jabber." We are used to those things. It's not good for a country. It's not good for a president. Even if he's bringing Kithure Kindiki, even if he brought experts, but what about him? Is ready to, if he can redeem himself, then because the same William Ruto who nominated Kithure Kindiki, the same William Ruto who nominated Rigathi Gachagua. So in terms of character, I don't know them. I've been interacting with them. You know them better than me. So he knew why he prefer Rigiji to Kithure, and currently he knows better why he has referred Kithure to Rigiji, because he's the one who has been giving us this nomination. As we don't do nomination, it is the prerogative of the president to do nomination. So we might distinct the two characters of the two people, but what is more importantly is that the backstop of the president. If the president can redeem himself, we can move on as a country. But if he cannot redeem himself, then we are just expecting the same things in the country. There's nothing new. There's nothing is going to happen. There will be no transformation.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Megoda. I wish we would proceed for maybe another 30 minutes, but I think I wouldn't really manage. I'm not having a strong Wi-Fi wherever I am. I'm having a very weak internet. The network here is not very stable, and it keeps dropping, and I'm finding it a little bit tough. So I think you'll just give us your maybe your last remarks on what you think about Professor Kithure Kindiki and what the people of Kenya should expect, and then maybe we'll call it a day.
Secretary Kindiki is just a Kenyan like any other person. Wish him all the best. Let him work for the people of Kenya. Let him understand that the deputy president office is a public office. It's not his own office. It's not his own private entity. Let him work for the people of Kenya. Let him serve or everyone wherever we are, and also in case he got it, well and good. Let him also advise the president to redeem himself. Let them have consultative leadership. Let them not be so much independent, because we need all of them for a country to move forward. To Kenyans and to our viewers, I'd like to wish you all happy Mashujaa Day. Tomorrow, people will be at Kwale, that's the government. So, and some of us will be at Uhuru Park, those who are in Nairobi. Some of us wanted to go to Narok and they have been beaten. So I don't know if they will manage tomorrow. But for those people who will be across the country, happy Mashujaa Day. Let's love our country. Let us be patriotic, and let us have one Kenya, which is indivisible. One Kenya, one flag, one people. Thank you, Makubura. See you next time.
Okay, thank you to our viewers. This is Brother Benson Media. We really appreciate the fact that you took your time to be part of this channel. If you're new here, kindly like and subscribe. Here we say your voice counts. Maybe before we end, allow me also to tell the people of Kenya that, this Kenya belongs to all of us. And whenever we are having these conversations, we are just trying to come up with ways that can help us improve the running of the Republic of Kenya. And to anyone who might have a different opinion, we highly welcome you. I do share a link. You can always join, or if you're interested in having a specific topic, you can always share via the comment section or via the mail. We have a mail at the YouTube channel. You can always reach out, and we will really appreciate. You can see Silas was at the comment section. Thank you, Mr. Silas, for joining. Kisumu Newsline, thank you so much. Judith Karita, thank you so much. Brenda Obedi, thank you so much. Masi Mwangi, thank you so much. Benson, thank you. And everyone who is in the viewing section, we really appreciate. Thanks for your time, and we are grateful. Till tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll also come. We'll have a discussion. We'll proceed with these discussions. We're trying to just have conversations which can help us transform the Republic of Kenya. To our viewers, thank you so much. We hope that you'll always continue being with us. We don't take it for granted. We really appreciate. Until tomorrow, allow me to take this opportunity to wish you a blessed evening, a blessed night, a blessed morning, a blessed afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Bye-bye.